Your voice is not clear, my dear. Your voice is not clear.
My Hey, to introduce Dr. Manal Kabesh. Dr. Manal is an associate professor in CFL, works as a researcher in the National Center for Educational Research and Development in various international.
Mama, أنا مطلعة كتير.
Also, Dr. Manal is a real mentor. Her
Okay. Shall we?
Okay. And yes, her presentation under the title Fostering Kindergarten Students' Critical Thinking Skills Using Social Emotional Learning in EFL Classroom. Yes, please start. The floor is yours. Dr. Manal, you can unmute yourself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Manal Kabesh. I'll be with you for just 30 minutes. So we'll leave the discussion after I finish. Today's topic is fostering kindergarten critical thinking skills using social emotional learning, or what we call SEL, in the EFL classroom. As we are talking about critical thinking skills, what are the critical thinking skills that we want to foster in our KG's students? We'll start with self-regulation. When we talk about self-regulation, I want my student that he can demonstrate self-control and self-awareness while working on tasks and monitors own learning and work. Also asking questions. Normally, the young generation now are so curious and they ask so many questions. It's one of the critical things that we want to empower them with. Students, or each one, generates open-ended. Here, I'm talking to the teacher. Each teacher, please, your role to generate open-ended questions to encourage discussion and exploration, considers others' perspectives and tries to understand their thinking. This is for the teacher and for the student. Also, problem solving. When we talk about problem solving, identifies problems and obstacles, develops strategies to solve them, not just to identify them, but to start with what are the strategies that we are going to apply and implement, and collaborates with others to identify solutions and generate new ideas. One of my favorite is decision-making. See, it's not just a matter of apple and donuts or whatever. No, it's critical thinking that starts from KGs up till now. You know that I'm 61, and still decision-making is not that easy. Identifies and evaluates options and makes informed decisions, considers multiple perspectives and potential consequences, uses evidence and reasoning to support decisions. Drawing conclusions. When you talk about drawing conclusions, she or he analyzes information to draw conclusions, identifies patterns and trends in data, considers alternative explanations and possibilities, uses evidence and reasoning to support their conclusions, interprets information accurately and effectively, recognizes and considers different perspectives and contexts. Okay, how can these 6 critical thinking skills, how can you find them echoed in the SEL? So what is SEL? It's the process through which children and adults acquire and effectively apply the knowledge, attitudes, and skills necessary to understand and manage emotions, set and achieve positive goals, feel and show empathy for others, establish and maintain positive relationships. Social and emotional learning, or SEL, provides a foundation for safe and positive learning and enhances students' ability to succeed in school, careers, and life. How many SEL Competences, we have five SEL, five broad SEL competences, and they are all interrelated areas. Self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, responsible decision-making. One more time, self-awareness, self-management. Take care, we have self-awareness and social awareness, relationships, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. It's not just decision-making, but responsible. Highlight responsible. This is very crucial. Let's start with our first one, which is self-awareness. The abilities to understand one's own emotions, thoughts, and values, and how they influence behavior across contexts. This includes capacities to recognize one's strengths and limitations with a well-grounded sense of confidence and purpose, such as integrating personal and social identities, identifying personal culture and linguistics assets, identifying one's emotions, all kinds of emotions, various emotions, but you should identify them, each child, demonstrating honesty and integrity, linking all these feelings and values and thoughts, examining prejudices and biases, experiencing self-efficacy, finally having a growth mindset, and finally developing interest and a sense of purpose. Then self-management, the abilities to manage one's emotions, thoughts, and behaviors effectively, not just to manage them, but effectively, and in various and different situations, and to achieve goals and aspirations. This includes the capacities to delay gratification, manage stress, which is not that easy, by the way, and feel motivation and agency to accomplish personal and collective goals. Okay, self-management. The abilities here to make, such as managing one's emotions, identifying and using stress management strategies. Actually, we should teach our students these strategies. Exhibiting self-discipline and self-motivation. No worry, you should exhibit. Setting personal and collective goals, using planning and organizational skills, showing the courage to take initiative, demonstrating personal and collective agency. Now, what about social awareness? We've talked about self-awareness, but social awareness is the abilities to understand the perspectives of and emphasize with others, including those from diverse backgrounds, cultures, and contexts. This includes the capacities to feel compassion for others, which is what we call empathy, understand broader historical and social norms for behavior in different settings, and recognize family, school, community resources and supports, such as taking others' perspectives and respecting them, of course, recognizing strength in others and appreciate them, demonstrating empathy and compassion, showing concern for the feelings of others in empathy, understanding and expressing gratitude, identifying diverse social norms, including unjust ones, again, which is not an easy one to identify, the unjust ones. Recognizing situational demands and opportunities, understanding the influences of organizations and systems on behavior. Then we'll move the responsible and decision-making skills. I'm sorry, these are the relationship skills. The establish and maintain healthy and supportive relationships. And I'm underlying here healthy, not only supportive, but healthy, because we're gonna talk about the well-being. We hear a lot about well-being for women nowadays in conferences. What about children? Relationships that are healthy and supportive and to effectively navigate settings with diverse individuals and groups. This includes the capacities to communicate clearly, listen actively, cooperate, work collaboratively, to problem solve. Kind of like an echo. I hear an echo of the critical thinking. Yeah, I remember we talked about problem solving, and to negotiate conflict constructively, navigate settings with different social and cultural demands and opportunities, provide leadership and seek or offer help when needed, such as communicating effectively, developing positive relationships, demonstrating cultural competency, practicing teamwork and collaborative problem solving, not just individual ones, but when we establish the relationship skills, we are moving now to the collaborative problem solving, resolving conflicts constructively, resisting negative social pressure. Again, this one, it's a value that we will appreciate when we are embedded in our kindergarten students, how to resist the negative social pressure. It's fine not only in school or in the classroom, but also at home, in the community, in the club, everywhere. You can understand now the amount of negative vibes that are surrounding us everywhere. So resisting negative social pressure is one which I really appreciate. Showing leadership in groups, seeking or offering support and help when needed, standing up for the rights of others. It's one which I also really appreciate so much. Last but not least, responsible decision-making. Is it just like the normal decision-making, or we are giving it an incredible word, which is responsible. Responsible, it's a value both in the SEL and it is echoed in the critical thinking. The abilities to make caring and constructive choices about personal behavior and social interactions across diverse situations. Everywhere, in class, at home, with the family, with the neighbors. This includes the capacities to consider ethical standards and safety concerns, and to evaluate the benefits and consequences of various actions. Actually, this is one of the important ones that we are going to implement in the activities later in today's presentation. You're gonna evaluate the benefits of the consequences of various actions that you take or the group as a team, personal, social, and collective well-being for the whole group, such as demonstrating curiosity and open-mindedness, learning how to make a reasoned judgment after analyzing information, data, and facts. See here the hierarchy. Yes, you make the reasoned judgment, but when? After analyzing the analysis here, the critical thinking, analyzing information, data, and facts, demonstrating cultural competency, identifying solutions for personal and social problems, anticipating and evaluating the consequences of one's actions. Remember, we are talking about the responsible decision-making, which is one of the critical thinking skills. Recognizing how critical thinking skills are useful, both inside and outside of school, in the family, again, in the community, wherever, outside the classroom. Reflecting on one's role to promote personal, family, and community well-being. Again, we now hear the word well-being. Evaluating personal, interpersonal, community, and institutional impacts. All of this, connecting the critical thinking skills to the SEL competences. How can we implement these through activities to promote, again, critical thinking? Now, we are talking about KGs. Sometimes they become treats. So we use reading picture books or the pictorial books. They can look at the pictures, read for them. They explain what they can see. It's a task. By generating open-ended questions, and we have to empower them. We don't only ask them the open-ended questions, but let them in groups add open-ended questions when they are, after the reading picture activity, we can make the open-ended even in group work. Also, making predictions, very important skill. Graphic organizers. What's my favorite one is the Venn diagram, actually. And in the Venn diagram and using it, has made connections with the characters in the story to enhance self-awareness. Remember, we talked about this.
Dr. Manal, can you unmute yourself, please? Yes.
When I did that? Just right now?
Yeah, just I had to mute them all, including you, because someone was talking. I'm sorry for this.
Okay. So excuse me, can we stop side talkings? Using the Venn diagram, it helps us to make connections with the characters in the story when we explain the stories to the kids and when the children discuss the stories, because we have here an enhancement to the self-awareness, which we talked about in the SEL. We have the just like me activity, because here the student can compare himself to the hero in the story, one of the characters, and also they can compare two characters, like, for example, the lion and the mouse story. They're comparing between the lion and the mouse, right? Here, the mouse, the similarities and the differences. Also, we have another activity. Is related to the Venn diagram, because sometimes he has a hero, but if you're not reading a story, the hero could be in the story, could be one of the characters or outside of the story, but it's an activity that to activate the creative imagination in our kids and the critical thinking skills. They can draw like, who's my hero? Maybe at home, maybe one of the characters in the story, and why he is my hero, and how are we different, and how are we alike? Here, using the Venn diagram one more time. Watching videos, stories, and you have my favorite, actually, it's not just a story, but it's a story and a song at the same time. We have the Three Little Fishes. Okay, it's my favorite. Actually, I use it to teach morals and SEL skills. I use role play. You can dramatize the story using puppets, stories, and masks. So the Pictionary, what is the Pictionary? They ask them to tell him, draw your favorite scene and can reflect on your thoughts. And here the clue is justify what you draw. You are asking all the time to justify why. Okay? Now, let's listen to the Three Little Fishes and enjoy it. Are you ready? Let's go.
Let's go. Before you start, there's no sound. You gotta enable the sound from Zoom. Yes. You gotta share the screen. Yeah. May I share the screen instead?
Yeah. Excuse me, there's no sound? Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, you can share it, my dear.
Yes, I will. Hold up.
Okay. Mrs. Iman, can you allow him, please, have him to share?
Yeah. Okay.
I think that there's sound. Thank you, my dear.
You're welcome.
My helping hand. Down in the meadow in a little bitty pool swam three little fishes and a mama fishy too.
Okay, so these are the three little fishes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't hear it. Are you sharing it, Hazel?
Hear it.
Yes, I am. Can everybody hear the sound, or there's an issue?
Yeah, audible. Yeah, audible.
Perfect.
But for me, not. Okay.
Down in the meadow
When you
where
finish,
the
tell me,
lady
because I
lady
cannot
pools swam
hear
three
the
little
sound or
fishies and a
the.
mama fishy
Okay.
too. Swim, said the mama fishy, swim if you can. And they swam all over the dam. Boom, boom, didn't that what 'em chew? Boom, boom, didn't that what 'em chew? Boom, boom, didn't that what 'em chew? And they swam all over the dam. Stop, said the mama fisher, you will get lost. The three little fishies didn't wanna be lost. The three little fishies went off on a spree, and they swam right out to sea. Boom, boom, didn't that what 'em chew? Boom, boom, didn't that what 'em chew? Boom, boom, didn't that what 'em chew? And they swam right out to sea. We are the little fishies, here's a lot of fun. We'll swim in the sea till the day it's done. They swam, and it was a lark, till all of a sudden they saw a big shark. Didn't that what 'em chew? Didn't that what 'em chew? Didn't that what 'em chew? And they swam all over the dam. Gee, look at all of the whales, and quickly as they could, they turned on their tails, and back to the pool in the meadow they swam, and they swam back over the dam. Boom, boom, didn't that what 'em chew? Boom, boom, didn't that what 'em chew? Boom, boom, didn't that what 'em chew? And they swam back over the dam.
The video has ended.
Thank you very much. And
It is my honor. Do I stop sharing or do you want to do something else?
okay. When it finishes, it's nearly just a second. Okay, thank you. You can stop sharing now, my dear.
Done.
Thank you.
I'll give the host back to Miss Iman Fathallah.
Thank you.
Done.
Okay. I would like to say thank you very much, and here is my email. But before I finish, we still have a couple of minutes. I'm sorry. I need to open the video. Okay. I would like to thank you very much. And here is my email. You can have my contact number from Mrs. Let's talk about what we have learned today. And briefly, I would like to share with you. You can tell me, what can you implement from what we've talked about through this very short story and song? By the way, you can dance. It's kinesthetic also because it has got like some movements that we can play with it. So they can dance, sing, watch the movie or the video, sorry, and then they can act it with puppets later on. I would like to ask you, what sort of activities can we do or implement about all the values that we've learned in the story? You have any ideas?
Do I share?
Yes, please. Yes, my dear.
Okay, so basically the song was extremely simple, honestly. So we can sing and dance and also shadow, you know. Shadowing is not all about singing. It's about, you know, getting the intonation, getting the right flow of the words. And for me, honestly, I enjoyed the song a lot. Even even when I'm an adult, I'm gonna sing this song. I don't care. I don't care what other people
It's
think.
my favorite. Yeah.
You know,
And you know, Hazen, I have different versions. I have also the Disney one. Wow, it's fantastic. I adore the Disney one. Yeah.
I mean, the
Oh,
song
well,
was extremely awesome. I got to thank Dr. Manel for, like getting me to know this song. Without her, I wouldn't have, knew a song like this. Actually,
well,
one of the
can
best.
I add? I do recommend very much. We're going on a bear hunt. We're gonna catch a big one. I'm not scared. What a beautiful day. Oh,
Oh,
you just Google the video. We're going on a bear hunt. And please, Miss Iman, we would like to do one day with you, please, how the story and the song at the same time. It's lovely because, yeah, it's not a story and a song. It's one of my favorite activities that I always do with young learners.
I will invite
But do remember,
friends with us.
we're going on a bear hunt. We have so many things that we can do together. Can we have, Miss Iman, a photo together?
Yes, of course. Let me take
Okay.
a photo.
Screenshot, please.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Ready?
capture me as well. Capture me as well. I want to show up. عايز اطلع في التلفزيون يا جماعة.
يلا ready.
Any more ideas before we say goodbye? Any more ideas?
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can make more sessions like these because this session is extremely amazing. Please make more sessions throughout the week because one session isn't enough, honestly.
My dear, I'm talking about the activities, not the. I'm talking about what activities can we implement and add to the activities that I've just mentioned, like a Pictionary, whatever, singing, dancing, and then asking open-ended questions, prediction. What do you think? What would happen? Because they didn't want to be bossed, right? What is the value here?
Yes.
They didn't listen to Mama Fishy. So what happened?
Yes.
Did they have to take care? Did they have to argue together? What is the problem? How did they solve it? Individual or were they had self-awareness, self-management? So we should combine the critical thinking skills and embed them in the SEL activities. And just this is a very simple activity for the KJs. Thank you very much, Mrs.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Dr. Manel.
Yeah.
You can turn this story into a role play, Instead of just listening to the song, you can implement it in real life. But I just if there are kids in front of you, you can make them wear fish costumes
A mask
and make them
and,
act if
fins.
they were the three little fishes. Yes, exactly. You
And
can
make,
you can
turn their
perform a
tails
role
and-
play.
Yeah. By the way,
Perfect.
Hazem, or Mr. Hazem, you're like my son, so I just say Hazem على طول. We can also
It's okay.
add, you can be creative teachers and add more characters in the story, an octopus, and you can give them names or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly.
You can
Get
add to the
creative with
events
the
of the
thought.
story. Yeah. Yes, Ghada? Somebody is raising his hand. Oh, no, sorry. Thank you very much for your time. I really enjoyed all the participants. Thank you. And if you would like to email me with any ideas, more than welcome. Thank you, Mrs. Iman, very much.
Thank you, Dr. Manel. I just want to ask you, I will end this session and we go back, use the same link just because of the time allocated for us for Zoom. So instead of just interrupting Ms. Ghada in her session, we will just end this session and join back. Yes. So see you in few seconds. Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.